Today we have a video for y'all. It's going to be a little bit different than we usually do on Simple Life Reclaimed. This is a little bit more real talk style, but we are still knee deep in the process of putting the roof on this cabin homestead.
Correct. I would say today is day 3 of the team family build. Me and Mel were hard at it for 2 days beforehand, so this week has been a long week. Man, standing seam metal is such a great metal, but I'll tell you what, it is a tedious thing.
It's a process.
It's a process. And that's partly why we had such a limited crew. I didn't want to have so many people standing around.
Right.
Yesterday there was a lot of standing around, unfortunately, because of where we were on the metal part. I'll take you guys a little bit through this video over what we were doing, but it was tedious, and I thank Mike and Drew because they had to deal with all that tedious nightmare headache, and they did a great job. So
absolutely, man.
That was a long process, as well as I had the tedious nightmare of the wing and everything else like that. So we're still hard at it, and we're still on this back side, but we're about to move to the front side.
And I can say I have a big, huge sigh of relief and joy that this, I can tell you right now, this entire back section from here all the way down over there, which is a very large run of the patio, it's all completely done too. So we're on like the home stretch of this thing. But really, we wanted to pop in and kind of give you guys a little bit of a behind the scenes and an update today on where we're at. Because I know a lot of you guys know that we're doing the roof and you guys are looking for updates. And it's going to be a little while for me to be able to get all of the footage together for this. Because I would like to have all of the footage together in one amazing video for you guys. And I'm thinking we'll premiere it. I'm probably going to need like 2 days to edit it. So whenever we finish, 2 days. And then I'll do the video premiere. So when? That's when.
Yes, exactly. And
so,
it's coming together.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be a good day. We have the biggest headache parts done of this whole thing, minus the mudroom valley. When we have to interconnect that part, that's gonna be a little bit of a headache. But I feel like, you know, at this point, I'll be able to conquer it, and it's all downhill, you know, because that transitional piece was a lot more involved than I anticipated.
Yeah.
And I'll go, like I said, I'll go over that. But
yeah,
right now what we got to do is we got to cut all these pieces to length of what we need. This is for the top part of the actual house roof of the back part. I didn't cut or mess with these pieces because I didn't want to mess anything up, and I didn't want to have, you know, too much going on one way or another, and I wanted to have a really good game plan and a good straight number. We do have we're going to be having a vented roof up there, so I wanted to try to save us some time and make at least one side completely good to go and ready at that exact height that we need it to be, because we're going to have to sawzall, or not sawzall, but we're going to have to saw out the actual ridge of the zip board and everything, because we're going to have vented roof. We got to open it up and let it breathe. But I don't want to cut it out just yet because, you know, weather, and I want to be able to do it when I'm doing what I'm doing. You know what I mean? So biggest thing is getting all the metal up, and then trim work can come up afterwards, you know. So.
So today we are going to be working with kind of like a skeleton crew compared to what we've had the last few days. But the thing is with this standing seam metal, it's definitely a process. Like, you got to chomp it out right here on these pieces, so that way you can create the spot that you're going to make the bend, and that bend is going to fold and snap into the pieces that like were actually put and installed on the top Z channels and all this different stuff. It's very complicated in comparison to just regular metal. Regular metal, you just flap it down, do all the screws, and then on to the next piece. This one, when you do all the prep work and you're actually doing the install part, then it becomes kind of like that. But there are a lot of steps to do in order to get to that part. And it's actually really nice though, because it has all of the fasteners and stuff hidden. It looks really, really nice up there. And I can't wait to show you guys what it looks like, but you're going to have to wait. So snap, snap, fold, and then bend.
So because it's got these ribs in it, it makes it a little interesting. Getting that in there, you got to sort of work it into the groove.
Yep.
sort of got a method to the madness. Use my forearm to start it and then my knee to finish it.
Yep.
This one I get down here so I can look at this actual hem this closer, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to get these tucked in between the cleat and everything. It's got a nice hem. All right, and I want to make it easy to get into the cleat.
Right.
Ask me how I figured that one out with the valleys. Those valleys were nightmares. But this is going to be 1311. Grab the straight edge. Now, because it's ribbed like this, I can't really get a good line, so I'm literally eyeballing down the side of it as much as I can to get it close. Give myself 1 to 3 lines, and it's in that vicinity. It's going to be hidden underneath the ridge cap, so it is what it is.
Oh yeah, you guys want to see kind of a sneak peek? If you guys can see, look at. I know it's not the top-down bird's eye view that you were hoping to get, but
oh, this is
it looks
face to face.
Guys.
These panels right here, this is that big long crate, right?
Right.
All these panels right here, I've got to get cut and done. These panels right here are already fully cut and done. Now I gotta grab this, flip it around without smacking it around on anything. Set it down. Notchers. These straight small snips are the #1 bee's knees to cutting this, because this flange right here is a nightmare, but these things can easily snip in and get around those tight corners. And I can just bend that, break that off. And the biggest reason why I'm doing the cutoff down there and I'm not doing this, out of all of these hundreds of pieces of metal, I screwed up on one with this tab. One. Okay, I don't have many to screw up. So I can't have many oopsies, so I'm trying to ease that by personally cutting them, making sure it's good, and then also trying to make sure I keep this tab. Is that going to be end all? No, but that's what I screwed up, was I didn't leave this tab here. And the reason why that tab's important is when you're looking up, as you can see right there on the roof, you can't look up and see like inside the ribs itself. I don't want bees or insects trying to go inside my roof and trying to create a huge colony of what the heck. And it just doesn't look right if you can see inside the ribs everywhere. Now, is it completely flush and the best that it could be on that? No, but
I think it's fantastic. I think it looks super great. It's the best it can be for me.
yeah, I've never done anything like this, so I can't beat myself up over the little imperfections.
Yeah.
This is probably one of the hardest installs to do as a roof, and this is the first time I'm ever doing it, so I got to be proud of myself.
I'm proud of you, Gary. You're doing a great job. And I'm super proud of all of our friends, too, that have come out and lent a helping hand. I'm telling you, dude, we have the absolute best friends around here that have helped to get this roof on. Every single buddy has a job that they were doing, and they were doing a really great job with it, and it's been very, very, very nice to be able to get this far. Because if it was just me and Gary doing it, I mean, I feel like we could still do it, but here we are. It's what, like total days working on it. It's been 5 days, total days.
5 total days in
Because
the sense.
me and like.
In the sense of actual sheets of metal going up.
Right, because before that, you and Mike had to do
That
all
was
the drip edge and the valley and like.
2 days to do the drip edges.
Okay.
And it was another day to do the valleys.
So 3 days.
So 3 days on top of this. This is day 8 out of everything for the metal. That doesn't include the time that we spent laying the zip or the ice and water shield down on the roof. So
true.
And or anything else with all that. So.
And also too, I think that also doesn't include the other 2 days that you and Mike spent just bending and prepping the boxes.
It's a process, but we do have some friends here already.
Yeah, we do.
We do, but we wanted to give you guys a little heads up of what we're doing here and whatnot. So I'm gonna see if I can snag somebody.
Mike with Drifting Dreamers 5 is here. Lissa's here, and Drew with Drew's Lens is on the way actually. So it's gonna be kind of a skeleton crew, but I feel like that's definitely who really, really needs to be here to get this thing moving.
Yep.
David was super awesome and is lending us the Uber with the basket.
Mm-hmm.
Tim was a big help while he was out here helping with all of the moving and the shaking of the getting the stuff up, you know. So it was like Des and
pulling the panels and
pulling them all up and everything, right? And David was working the Uber. So we're gonna have to kind of get a new game plan for the next day or so, because like we said, man, we're just super grateful for any time that anybody is able to share with us.
Yes. Yep.
So this next part is gonna be really good.
Yeah, that's gonna be a bit. But I'm gonna have you while I'm showing these guys all the crazy work that you and Drew put in up there on the transitional piece.
Okay.
If you want, tell the people on how that was up there.
What, the transition piece?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A whole thing itself. The transition piece was a whole thing. It was really, we had a good game plan. It looked simple.
It did look simple.
There was just a piece to put down, screw it down. There were some pieces that needed to go in between each ridge, but that wasn't no big deal because Drew was cutting them, and then I was going to put them in place, and then you were even going to come behind and silicone them and caulk them up.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, once we got them all done, then it had to be more stuff to come back and lock on top, screw that down, then rivet that. Come on, man. And then I didn't even know what to do. We didn't know what to do. So we had to get Gary to show us each step. So every time it was something new, it was stop what you're doing, come back up on the roof, explain what we're doing, answer all my questions, because I'm always got a lot of questions, and then do it, and then get back down and let us do it. It was just...
So this
a lot of back and forth.
For all the viewers watching, just take all of our videos right now, honestly, like as an experiment, because this is literally what happens when some people watch some YouTube videos and get this great idea that they can go out into the woods and like build a house. That's what we're doing. So we've never done standing seam or any of this DIY, like this, all of this stuff we have never done before. And we're just crazy enough to find the knowledge on how to do it and then think that we can, and then we do, because we think we can, we do, right?
I highly suggest everybody watch everybody's video that's here, because everybody got a different part and a different view of what it takes to do this. There's a lot that goes on, and if you guys miss a video through one of these guys, you're not going to get the full picture. Yeah. So definitely go and check out every single one of the channels. We'll definitely make sure that we post every single channel and everything else like that, and we'll make sure that it keeps in the playlist as much as possible with our video that we put out.
That's because there were so many different things happening that there's no way that one person caught everything.
Yeah, no way.
So definitely got to go and check out all that other stuff.
I'll have a really good introduction to everybody that was out here. I think I did a pretty decent job.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
That may be one of my most single, one of the most best productions of any kind of videography that I've ever seen.
You
That
like
was
that
amazing.
production?
It was amazing.
Yeah, so you guys got something coming your way.
It was my favorite by
something
far.
coming your way.
I got Mike on task over there. I'm going to show you guys that transitional piece and see you all, show you guys all the headache that came about it, because it was a very, very tedious thing. I ain't going up there. What do you think? No, not yet. All right, y'all can hold your horses on that one. I'm gonna show you it on the paper. So, is that good on the camera? Can you see that?
I could see that.
So you can see this piece right here is the transitional flashing that we have to put in. In order to put that piece in, we had to put Z channel in. Now that goes in between each rib of the metal panel. So every panel gets its own Z channel, and it has to get chopped out and put in with double butyl tape at the bottom and 4 screws per one. Then, once all that is done, you have to caulk the backside of it, so you don't get any wind-driven rain or anything else going up that way. Once all that is done, then you get to put in the actual flashing piece. Now, it's only about 10 feet, so you got to hem those and make sure that they go in together, as well as caulk those pieces that go together. Once you get that piece together all the way around, you get to go back and then put in the offset cleat with double butyl tape at the bottom and putting screws 8 inches on center all the way through the whole entire cleat. And yet again, those cleats are only 10 foot, so piece those things together, make sure that it's a good straight shot, because those are what the metal is actually going to get hooked into, like what it is with the valley. Not only do you have to make sure that those cleats get in there, but you also have to go through and put in the rivets every 18 inches on center. So yeah, rivets, all those pieces, all the mending. But as soon as you get all that stuff together, wait, there's more. You have to you have to put also flashing over the screws on the bottom part of the cleat right there to cover all that stuff up and make that good.
Yep.
Then, you can, once the cleat is in, then you can figure out what size that panel is that you need for that top section, because it's no longer from that point right there. It's now from that cleat point that you have to figure out how much do I need.
Yeah.
Hence all that stuff. I didn't want to cut off too much and be like, crap.
That's exactly why we're still having pieces to cut right now, because I guarantee you, Gary, somebody's probably confused, like, wait a minute, didn't you and Mike do all that prep work?
Oh, we did.
Yeah, you did, but
that's why we were able to do this back deck really, really quick once we got out of the kicker area where the corner is, and that's why I wanted to have it set up the way that I wanted it, but Mother Nature said no and really screwed up a lot of my plans.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
It's
and
okay.
We are still at it. That transitional piece was a lot harder than I anticipated. The valleys were a lot easier, minus, trying to get that point at the top perfect. Other than that, the valleys were a lot easier than that transitional piece. But yeah, so that's what is going on this morning, you guys. There's a lot of back and forth on it, but we're hard at it, getting a lot of the prep panels going. Once Mike gets all that gone through and done, then that sets us up with 18 full panels fully ready to go, plus a starter panel. So we need 28 total. Out of that 28 is a starter panel and an ender panel. So I need 26 of those completely hemmed, which leaves me 8. But I don't want to take up all the room up there, because once we get this metal up there, it is slick.
Yeah.
So we got to have enough room to be able to put all said panels that we are now cutting and mending up there, as well as we got to have people to be able to hand things and move things and be in a basket and all that fun stuff. So
yep.
I'm super thankful for David for leaving me Uber. I will take good care of her. She's been in in a lot of a lot of predicament spots and everything else like that. But we'll be safe, and I'll treat her nicely. And if something happens, I'll fix it. I just don't want to mess with that again, you know.
Yeah.
David was the hero. I thought Uber was down. You know, for the count when he called me and he was like, "Hey, the whole front end's gone in Uber and it's locked up. I can't move it." And I'm like, and this was on Tuesday, right in the morning time basically. And I was like, well, Uber's out. Like this sucks because now I was sort of hoping to get all the panels back here and everything else like that. And I was like, it's all right. Don't stress it, man. Like, I really don't. If it's like that, I'd rather you load it. If you can get it on the trailer, take it to, you know, Mahindra, get it fixed, do what you need to do. I don't want to put it in that spot, you know. And I kept on working and everything else. We were trying to get a scissor lift out here. We have a really good subscriber, Pops, that was looking into it, and he set it up to where we were going to be able to get it and all that. So I was on top of it, trying to make sure that we can get it and get in this area with everything else like that. And they had the one that we needed and all that. And that was a lot. It was about a week of trying to make sure that they had the one that we needed. Nobody had the one that we actually needed, because the one that we really needed for this area and what we wanted to do and everything with it, everybody rented them out, all companies and everything else, and they're rented out like yearly. So it makes it to where it's like, well, we can't really get that then, I guess, you know. So it made things go a little one way or another, and then we were like, all right, well, then we'll get this one scissor lift that can just be on this back area right here. And we had it worked out to where they were going to deliver it and everything else. And lo and behold, the one that they wanted to bring us and everything else required an 80-foot trailer. Who in the world? Why? What? 80-foot trailer for a scissor lift? Like, bro. Like, that just seems a little ridiculous to me. But seriously? Okay, like, that ain't working. And like, if it wasn't for David and getting that tractor up and going and everything else, after I told him, hey, don't worry about it, and he still made it happen and worked. It literally was the only way that we were going to get all these panels up there safely and not creasing the edges or anything else, because they're long panels.
Yeah.
And if you bend it too much in the middle, you could end up creasing it.
I mean, it'd either be that or like it'd have to be up the old ladder, you know, and that's sketchy.
Scary.
Yeah.
Scary.
Anyways, friends, that's pretty much what's going on right now. We just wanted to kind of pop in and give y'all a quick behind the scenes update on where we're at with the progress with the old metal roof day. Yep. It's turned into days. It's been days, and we're still not quite done yet, but it's all right. It's a progress. And when it is done, we're going to have a roof that we're not going to have to touch for the rest of our lives.
Correct.
It's going to be up there, and it's going to be up there for our life.
For our lifetime.
This sacrifice is, you know,
we're not going to have to worry about it. Our kids might, or our kids' kids might.
Our grandkids.
But, hey, we're not going to have to worry about it.
Yeah.
I'll know that I have D-rings up there, for them whenever they do need to get up there.
Yeah.
And, yeah. It's gonna be good, and they'll probably only have to go up there and paint it.
Probably.
Like, in all reality wise,
the metal should still be good by that time, right?
No, it should. Honestly, it should only just be the paint.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing.
Yep.
That's why I went with this, and I'm glad that we're taking our time and doing it, and everything is hitting the mark. So
I'm very, very pleased with how everything's going.
Mm-hmm.
But as you guys can probably tell, we're a bit exhausted, but we still have so much more to do today. And however long it takes, we're not stopping because we have such a good week of sunshine. And I don't know how long this is going to last, right? It's still spring. We're going to get some more rain coming up. So we're definitely trying to get this buttoned up and closed in before that.
Yep.
And we're just going to keep going every day until our roof is finished.
Yes,
so
exactly.
We'll see how much we can get done today. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe, well, who knows?
No.
Can't tell you when, but
soon.
Soon. And as soon as it's done, guys, I'm going to make the most epic premiere for you, and I can't wait for you guys to join it. I'm going to post a little sneak peek for you guys. It was a little squirrel funny. Hope you guys enjoy it. You guys get to see a little bit of the behind the scenes of all the moving and shaking going on around here and how like the workday and stuff is progressing. So stay tuned for that.
100% on that.
Yeah. If you guys enjoyed this style of video, we do have a secondary channel, which is Real Talk with SLR. We take you guys behind the scenes on that channel all the time. And it's just kind of like our little side thing where you get more like daily updates. If you guys enjoyed this type of video, make sure to go check out our secondary channel, which is Real Talk with SLR over in Gary's Corner. And we'll see you guys on that channel tomorrow. Here on Simple Life Reclaimed, we will see you guys hopefully within the next couple of days.
Yes,
so
hopefully.
Until the next one, friends, we love y'all and we hope you have a good one.
And we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye, you guys.
Later.